Hey, Lynn. Great. Right. Good afternoon, everyone. I call a meeting of the special board of Selectmen special meeting to order for September 25th, 2025 at 12:30 p.m. Thank you all for making the time to come here for that, for this issue. So, all right. First order today is the I had this cancel the October 7th regular monthly Board of Selectmen meeting. I'll just start out with I know there's some thoughts that we could continue to have the regular Board of Selectmen meeting, but I have heard from a couple people, but that they could not involve themselves if there were questions they wanted to answer during the meeting because of what was discussed during the meeting. Similar to, I think, some of the issue we had with the October 2nd town meeting occurring during that time period of that 25 to 26 hours or so of Yom Kippur. So I thought if we were going to be looking at the cancellation of one, we should really consider the cancellation of, or the postponement, canceling that date, but the postponement and find a different time for that. So that's what I'm proposing is that we, first off, we actually cancel slash postpone, reschedule our Board of Selectmen meeting for October to the next week. And we can work on the date here as we discuss it. So that's kind of what my thoughts are. Anyone else want to offer anything? Please be
Yep.
free.
That's great. If we postpone the town meeting, let's postpone our regular meeting as well. So
Yeah, that actually occurs in, I mean, you're right. I think you brought that up, Glenn, about post the breaking of the bread after Yom Kippur is over at sunset or at that point the evening. There's a lot going on post that. So trying to think that we could put the town meeting because it would be after the actual sunset still is a bit encroaching on that, and we do want to be as open and accessible to anyone. So yeah, I would agree with you on that one. If we're going to do one, we should do the
great,
other.
great.
Lynn,
Yeah.
you have thoughts?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I understand the explanations.
Yeah,
Makes
exactly.
sense.
Thanks. All right, so agreeing to that, then any new date for the Board of Selectmen meeting? I think that week is that's kind of compromised beforehand. I don't have time beforehand to do that meeting, and I'm the third. I'll be out that evening down in New York City to see my grandson. So that wouldn't be a good time. I know Glenn said that Friday night might be available to him, but the
Yeah.
next week, this week of the 6th, is any dates that might work for you all. I'm pretty much open to any of those dates.
I'm open as well. I can do the 6th, 7th, or 8th, that Monday, Tuesday,
Okay.
Wednesday.
Okay.
I can't do the 6th.
Okay.
And I can't do the 8th, but I can do the 7th.
You want to do the 7th? Okay. I was thinking about yeah, that Tuesday the 7th. There's clear for me. So
Okay.
all right, we're gonna set it for 6:30 again. Then
Sure.
it's 7th. Okay.
Great.
All right. Let's do that. 7 October at 6:30. Okay. All right. I'll make a motion that we postpone the October 1st Board of Selectmen meeting to a special selection meeting on 7 October at 6:30 p.m.
Second.
Second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so now we move to the cancel of the October 2nd town meeting. Lynn, I want to thank you again. Your sharp eyes and your attention to the real detail was important on that one thing regarding stuff in the road ordinance, as I call it. I did not see that, the snow. I know I looked at other things for it, and I think somehow we just overlaid the new one on top of that 1710, and that wiped it out. So all I saw was the newer one. So we're going to go back and look at that. I've got to call into Randy. So because we're going to postpone the whole thing, we'll have to do another town hearing, it looks like, and
Oh,
then a town
really?
meeting. It looks like that, yeah.
Oh,
But again, I mean, yeah, I know it's kind of a pain, but because the law says that we have to hold the town meeting within the 12 days, I think, or 10 days from the town of the hearing. So since we've blown the town meeting out, we'll get to hold a hearing. However, the suggestion, the thought is anyway of looking at how we would do it. These three ordinance that we're looking at the town meeting, they're not necessarily, I mean, RFP maybe is one that would be worked on, but as the town, the Board of Selectmen works on the budget, that probably comes into play a little bit more than right immediate. They could be postponed if realistically until like the January town meeting and actually do that, have a hearing sometime after the first of the year, not rush this again, but put it in there. But that would be, discussion. We could have that discussion actually at our Board of Selectmen meeting on the 7th, chew around a little bit and see what we do. Or we could put it in sometime in early December with the election, the Thanksgiving holidays, people coming and going. It might work for early December, but if not, then my thought was to look at doing it for the actual town meeting, which you're going to have anyway. And that would be
I think it makes sense to have to move forward with the RFP, the purchasing policy, though. I mean, you've uncovered something that really needs to be addressed.
True,
I agree
true.
with you on the other ones. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I was just in going through, just going through what we talked about at our last meeting about collecting all of the different type of contracts and other things that we're doing in each department in the overall. There's nothing, just looking at preliminary, we're pulling it together. Joyce is going to be pulling that together for our meeting on the 7th. So we have a list of those things each by department. There's nothing that's coming up right now that would cause us to need to have that ordinance in effect that we know of. Something could come up, but you're right. We could look at that. So but we can look at that on the 7th. But it was just something to throw out, an idea, a thought that if we're looking at time wise and husbanding our own time, and with a new board coming in place, I don't know, we could make that recommendation as we go forward. But we can talk about it on the 7th. So all we really need to do then is at this point would be to cancel the town meeting, and I'll put out the notice this afternoon. Kind of started playing with it, drafting it up, and then we could discuss that on the 7th. And if we want, and figure out how you want to do that. If we want to break it up, as you said, and do the RFP ordinance or and go from there. So, but we could do that. So it gives us a little bit of flexibility on actually getting that time done. So, okay.
So you don't want to set a new town meeting date at this point?
Not right now. I think the 7th, because we're coming up with we can do it then. Let's look at, again, some of those thoughts about when we'd have to have and when we could schedule with the ROVs. They're meeting,
Okay.
working on the November thing. So I haven't bugged them with that right now of potentially probably December would be okay. But is a month going to make a difference? That's something I think probably ought to talk about at one of our Board of Selectmen meeting. We can do that on the 7th and then figure out a time like that. I'll have some more information back for you guys as far as dates and availability of people and all that kind of stuff for the hearing.
Okay.
And then, when we'd have to have the vote and all that stuff, town meeting, whatever we wanted to do. So,
Right.
Can I ask another question? And I know it's like kind of straying, but the budget schedule that you shared with us, and I looked that I didn't realize the Board of Finance had actually approved this. That is incredibly early for November 14th, and we have to have that on our October 7th meeting.
correct.
When are the proposals due from the departments and
That I don't, be honest with you, I don't know for the capital. I mean, I think the other ones are in December, early January for the January anyway, for what would be for the departments, the operating budget. The capital plan is coming up. You're right, it's really quick. They made that recommendation. I didn't realize that they had made, I don't know when they made that decision. Like you, I looked at the Board of Finance meeting. They postponed it to talk to presumably the incoming member, the new member, to make sure that schedule would meet their schedule as well. And I just saw it published yesterday, so I wanted to get that out to you guys, and so we can have
Yeah.
a discussion as well.
Well,
we may
can
need to
you-
push back on that, a little bit if we need to.
Well, I mean,
Understand it.
it's just really hard because you're going to have a new Board of Selectmen, and we'd be making a decision. Our board would be making a decision that the new Board of Selectmen would be stuck with.
Right, and that would go to, since we're talking about a town meeting, that would go to a town meeting. Yeah,
Well, I don't
decision.
understand why. I don't even understand why the Board of Finance is getting the proposals first before the Board of Selectmen. That seems so backwards to me.
Yeah,
It,
well, I
it
think
always has gone to the Board of Selectmen first.
correct. It has. And that's how it's supposed to be. And that's, but Barbara's not here to ask that question. She's in training on grants.
Okay.
And again, I just got it and I just wanted to pass it out to you to look at so we could have it for whenever we have our regular board of, or a special Board of Selectmen meeting, so we can have that discussion about when the data is actually due. I don't know. I didn't actually, I'm waiting for all the departments to work on their capital plan piece, and I think that's what is happening right now. But there's stuff that we need, the board of selectmen need to work on and look at, such as our buildings and so on. And as you guys have stated, we need to talk about, or at some point, look at the Swift House and other things that are on the capital plan and decide what's going to happen with that. So, and anyway, but yeah, I think we're going to have that discussion for sure on the September or the October 7th meeting and so on, and figure out whether and see what's coming in at that point, and talk to Joyce or to Joyce, but also to Barbara, and see what's been sent in and what changes or anything else, or new things have been made of that, of the especially capital plan. So
Well, I'd like to know when it went out to the departments.
it went out, I
and-
think, last Friday or just before then. I think Barbara put it out last week. I know she did send out to.
And she included the fire department and the Board of Ed?
I believe so. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
She was it was a discussion about the 2% holdback that she just had with the Board of Finance as well. It was that was right. At the same
Okay.
time, she sent that out to them. So everyone's knowledgeable that they need to look at their capital plan for sure, and
Okay.
get ready for the department bit, or the operating budgets as well.
Okay.
Yep.
All
And
right,
like I
thanks
said,
for that info.
if I get more information, I certainly will send it out to you as soon as Barbara's back. She won't be in this week, but Tuesday, I'll get that out to you guys anyway. Every update on that, I'll get some more information for you guys to look at, and so we can have an informed discussion on exactly what the Board of Finance wants to do with it. Because I didn't attend the meeting. I did watch it right afterwards. A little, perturbed on some of their comments about what we did or don't do as a board. But anyway, regardless, what I thought was they had not agreed on an actual calendar. And then I saw that yesterday, so haven't had a chance to track that down, but I will certainly
Okay.
this week.
Okay.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, no problem. How about taking a motion on canceling the October 2nd, 2025 town meeting? All in
So
favor?
moved.
Okay, so moved. All right. Glenn, you with us?
Yes, I
Oh,
am.
there he is. You moved to
Second.
my board. So, okay. All in favor then?
Aye.
Cancel that? Okay, thank you. All right, open to public comment. Any of our public that's here that has any questions or comments? Happy to hear them at this point. Okay, hearing none, then I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Okay, great. All in favor?
Second.
All right, thank you. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate your
Okay.
time, and all those that are visiting too. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.